what the heck you would think?
Chris Benoit has a great deal of confidence in his abilities, but I've never gotten the sense that he's got a swelled head, Taz.
Absolutely not. This thing that they had going with The Undertaker, it wasn't about talking trash. It was about getting the respect he deserves for the career he's had.
And tonight at No Mercy could be another one of the many high points in the career of Chris Benoit. Not to take anything away from him, Taz, but I don't think many people expected him to make it to No Mercy.
I gotta agree with you. Again, nothing against the guy, but he went up against two of the greatest superstars in the history of the business. I gotta say, I'm impressed. This is just dumb, Cole. You don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
I disagree, Taz. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost. You can find all sorts of weapons under that ring. I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because it's called a finisher doesn't mean it always ends the match.
You sound like you're speaking from experience here, Taz.
Of course not. Whenever I locked into Taz's mission, that was it. End of story. It was over.
I think you're developing a selective memory in your old age, partner.
Man, what a chair shot. Reminds me of the old ECW days.
If that's your idea of good old days, I'm glad I wasn't around for them.
You feel like a real jerk when somebody counters you like that.
Oh my God, what a chair shot!
Yeah, and that don't tickle. Believe me, young lady.
I don't think that chair's going to be good for much after this match.
Well, it's good for what he used it for, and that's all that really matters.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, you can't.
What a reversal.
I can't deny that the legend killer Randy Orton had a pretty impressive career so far, Cole, but he better be careful. All right, time to see what kind of toys we got under the ring. You know, Cole, I got a lot of respect for Chris Benoit, but he also jumped back and forth between Raw and SmackDown more than any other superstar. It almost looks to me like he might be choosing the path of least resistance, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I doubt that very much, Taz. Chris Benoit never runs from anything. He's no coward.
Whoa, listen, I'm not calling Benoit a coward. I'm just saying that he might have a knack for picking his spots. He's got a surgically repaired neck, don't we forget. Who could blame him for wanting to take things easy?
Well, from what I've seen of Chris Benoit lately, he's looking for his finisher.
And there it is, Cole, the RKO. Man, that'll take the head right off. I don't know, he's putting a lot on the line going up there. Man, you just can't put anything over.
Oh no, he's looking for a weapon. This could cause a serious injury.
It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other.
He's bleeding all. He did it! He did it!
That was incredible. Benoit and Taker spent all this time feuding over who was the dominant superstar on SmackDown, and it wasn't neither of them. It was the man standing victoriously in the ring right there.
Well, one thing's for sure, he just made the entire SmackDown locker room sit up and take notice, and the Raw locker room as well. This is a superstar who's going places and fast. This is going to go down as a memorable No Mercy, to say the least. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SmackDown. Along with Taz, I'm Michael Cole, and partner, we're just weeks away from the Thanksgiving Tradition Survivor Series. And here comes the man who thinks that he should be the #1 contender for Chris Benoit's World Heavyweight title at Survivor Series, Johnny Nitro.
And hey, why not? The guy's no stranger to gold. Tag team gold, at least. He's young, and he's hungry, and he's got something to prove here tonight in this match.
And now here comes the #1 contender fans are clamoring for, Taz. There's no question why SmackDown General Manager Theodore Long named this man Benoit's opponent at Survivor Series, if you ask me.
Nobody actually asked you, Cole, so you kind of should shut up. But anyway, I do have to agree with you this time. He's at the top of the heap for sure, whether Johnny Nitro wants to admit it or not. And this is his chance to silence his critics, including Nitro, right here tonight.
It's a sold-out crowd tonight in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Michael Cole and Taz here, and what a show we've got for you tonight.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, it's always great to be back in Philly, no doubt about that, Cole. You know, I got a little bit of history in this town, you know what I'm saying?
The city of brotherly love might have been the hometown of ECW, but I think the SmackDown superstars are going to redefine extreme here tonight. this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate.
Please, Cole, watch your language, will you? It's a family show.
I said exasperate. Not, oh, never mind.
These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're going to win a match if you're out of gas 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent. What a reversal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display. He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
I love hearing the crowd come alive, even when I don't exactly agree with what they're saying.
Me too. And I do agree with what they're saying, Taz.
He dodged that bullet. Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. Oh, my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole, if your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left. Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And look at him go!
Wow! What an RKO! This could be 3 right here.
1, 2. Kicked out just in the nick of time.
This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is, Taz. What do you think the highlight has been so far?
That'll probably come a little bit later on in the match. When you decide to shut your yap for a few seconds, you're not gonna enjoy it in peace. I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this.
It sounds like this capacity crowd is something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying customers can't be wrong.
He's going for the pin. This could be it. Great reversal.
Watch it. He reversed it.
I know that Johnny Nitro is an incredibly talented superstar, but it's almost impossible for me to get past that arrogant attitude of his.
This is dumb. Why is he risking everything by going up there? I can't deny that the legend killer Randy Orton had a pretty impressive career so far, Paul, but he better be careful that he don't burn out too quick.
I don't think there's much of a chance of that, Taz. I haven't seen any indication that Orton's going to stop impressing WWE fans anytime soon.
Whoa! I think these fans have got a... Oh, man, here he comes.
RKO! RKO!
He could get the pin right here.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa! Listen to these WWE fans.
What's Johnny Nitro doing with that chair?
I think it's pretty obvious there, lady.
You know, I've got to admit that you really showed me something out here today. And maybe you do deserve to be the #1 contender. But dude, we've seriously got to work on that image. And that's where I come in.
Oh, please.
Look, you're a pretty tough guy, but you've got all the personality of a block of wood. I mean, seriously. You're all steak, no sizzle. Stick with me. I'll teach you how to break necks in the ring and give the women whiplash on Hollywood Boulevard. I'll make you a star because you're good for business. And what's good for business is good for all of us.
Did you just hear that? Johnny Nitro says he's gonna help mold him into a true world heavyweight champion.
You don't seriously think that Nitro's onto something here, do you? Aren't you supposed to be Mr. It's what you do in the ring that matters?
Hey, champ. I hear you're locking up with Benoit in a non-title match tonight. Try not to let him land too many face shots, because I know this guy who's gonna do a photo shoot for us tomorrow as a favor, alright? Oh, and just in case Benoit is more trouble than you can handle, I want you to know that I got your back, pal. Alright, see you out there.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. And the opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown. Coming to you tonight from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Deep in the heart of wrestling country, Cole. This crowd is fired up, and I'll tell you what, so am I.
An enthusiastic crowd and the greatest superstars in sports entertainment. You can't ask for more than that.
Randy Orton's a mouthy little punk, Cole, and that's exactly the kind of guy that superstars will line up around the block to get a shot at.
Orton's never backed down from a fight, Taz. His mouth might get him in trouble, but he never seems unprepared for it. Top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground.
Nice quick counter.
He was one step ahead on that one. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. An injured superstar's like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
You got that right, Cole. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponent think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of... He's going for the pin! This could be it! What's Johnny Nitro doing out here? This isn't his match.
He's watching his buddy's back, Cole, just like he said he would.
My God, the speed of Chris Benoit.
There it is, Cole. Benoit's got a crossface locked in. He's tapping, he's tapping.
Benoit's not letting up, and Johnny Nitro can't get in the ring to stop it.
Hey, come on now. Cut Nitro some slack, Cole. He just tried to help his buddy, and it backfired in a big way. I think it was pretty cool of Nitro to team up against Benoit. Nitro is a tag team specialist and a multi-time former tag team champion. And just about the best guy you could ask to watch your back as your partner.
I don't know about that, Taz. There's no disputing Johnny Nitro's tag team credentials, but he seems to have a problem with biting off more than he can chew. He looks like he's recovered, but is he actually at 100% here tonight?
How many times do I have to say it, Cole? That was all just an accident. Nitro's gonna have his back tonight. Just you wait and see there, girl pants.
Benoit certainly got the best of a Survivor Series challenger last week, but can he keep the momentum alive here tonight in tag team action?
That all depends on who he chooses for his partner. Nitro said Benoit could have anyone in the locker room. Who do you think he picked? I can't wait to see.
Oh my God, it's Batista! Batista is Chris Benoit's partner here tonight. Batista's just about the last superstar the #1 contender wanted to see. He cannot be happy about this.
Oh man, not for nothing. I don't think Nitro ever considered that Batista might team up with Benoit.
Or maybe he did. Maybe this is all just another example of Nitro's so-called help. It's the city so nice they named it twice. Tonight, SmackDown comes to you from the Big Apple, New York City.
A place that I'm very proud to call home, Cole, and also a place that I'm proud to say I made my WWE debut.
It sure is, partner. And you know, it's always a huge event whenever SmackDown comes to the city that never sleeps.
Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to give a tap out right here.
Look at the way he is just viciously grinding his forearm right to his face.
I can only imagine how excruciating that must be.
Old school forearm, and he's grinding it right across the face. That hurts like a son of a gun, believe me.
I don't doubt it, Bart. I think we're about to see a high-risk move from the top rope. Hanging off the ring apron is not where you want to be, and that's why.
It's a tough position to get out of, and it really gives your opponent a chance to work you over. Batista has had lots of success so far, but that's just because his opponents only let him psych him out. He can't back down from a dude. I think he's gonna fly, Cole.
If you ask me, I think
And he's going for it.
And he got it! RKO! Wow, listen to that chant, Taz.
I'll tell you what, that was a textbook reversal. On the mat, shoulders down. This could be it. I think Benoit might have lost a step or two when he took that little vacation from SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? We all know that the competition on Raw isn't it? You can't compete in a physical match like this and not wind up feeling the effects. And that's what we're starting to see right here. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting. I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this. I don't know, Cole. I'm kind of unsure about Randy Orton. I mean, he's a pretty boy, let's face it. He's accomplished a couple of big things, but I still think that he's about 90% hype.
A couple of big things? You mean like becoming the youngest? This is gonna be big, one way or the other.
This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is, Taz. What do you think the highlight has been so far?
Well, that'll probably come a little bit later on in the match, when you decide to shut your yap for a few seconds, and I can enjoy it in peace.
Well, excuse me for doing my job, partner. Sorry to have disturbed you. Look at him go!
Wow, what an RKO!
Man, look at these superstars, Taz. This can't go on much longer.
He's going for the pin, Cole. Right.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Hey, there's no doubt he's a very impressive dude, no question. But let's not get too carried away here. It's not like he's the biggest and baddest guy ever to step foot in a WWE ring, Cole, you know what I mean?
You say that, Taz, but no one else comes to mind. You've got to be pretty big and pretty bad to pin Triple H for the World Heavyweight title, and that's exactly...
He's going up, and what goes up must come down. There's not a super... I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing costs you a match quicker than overconfidence.
What are you talking about? I see a dominant superstar who's rallying this capacity crowd behind him. I don't know how much longer. Looks like the tag has been made. Johnny Knight's top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground.
You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
All right. You know, Cole, I got a lot of respect for Chris Benoit, but he also jumped back and forth between Raw and SmackDown more than any other superstar. It almost looks to me like he might be choosing the path of least resistance, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I doubt that very much, Taz. Chris Benoit never runs from anything. He's no coward.
Whoa, listen, I'm not...
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him.
He was one step ahead on that one.
Watch it, he reversed it. Oh man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are. And you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
I don't know, he's putting a lot on the line going up there.
That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
I can't deny that the legend killer Randy Orton had a pretty impressive career so far, Cole, but he better be careful.
The tag is made.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight. You're in...
A high-risk maneuver in the works from that top turnbuckle. He's looking for his finisher.
And there it is, Cole, the RKO. Man, that'll take your head right off. Okay, yeah, great. That's just great. Now, why don't you quit showing off and get down to business here?
He is getting down to business. He's in the sports entertainment business, isn't he?
There is no doubt that Batista...
He's going for the pin. He anticipated that move perfectly. Lady...
See, now, this is how you win a match, Cole. You work over your opponent until they can't fight back. He slipped out of that one. I'll tell you.
You won't find better athletes than the WWE superstars, but they've got their limits. Limits which may have been reached here tonight. It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah.
That tag shows some impressive teamwork.
You just don't see action like this every day, Cole.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
No doubt, front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy staying right where I am.
Every time I see Johnny Nitro in action, I'm blown.
I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You should let me train you. You could be Cruiserweight champion in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for now.
This could be big, but it could backfire real bad, too. Chris Benoit's a great technical wrestler, no doubt about it. But after taking all the abuse he's taken in his career, I don't know if he's got what it takes to do it.
The smart money never bets against Chris Benoit, Taz. He's got a well-earned reputation for coming out ahead in just about any encounter. He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
I don't even know how he can still stand after taking so much physical abuse. I don't think this is going to last much longer.
He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
Oh, man, here he comes.
RKO! RKO! The WWE superstars are all superb athletes, but they're also human beings, and there's only so much punishment. And here's the cover.
Randy Orton's a mouthy little punk, Cole, and that's exactly the kind of guy that superstars will line up around the block to get a shot at.
Orton's never back.
Here's the pin! Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can. Nitro's going for Benoit.
Looks like Batista's not having any of that.
I think he's trying to tell Benoit that he wasn't in on it.
There ain't no reasoning with the Rabbit Wolverine, Cole. Not in that ring.
He's got him locked in the crossface. 2 crossfaces in 2 weeks. With friends like Johnny Nitro, who needs enemies?
You gotta give Johnny Nitro credit. He's doing his best to help out his pal, even though it hasn't turned out the way he planned.
Or maybe it is, Taz. Remember, it wasn't too long ago that Nitro was saying that his pal didn't even deserve a title match, and he's done nothing but sabotage him since then.
Sabotage? What have you been watching, Cole? I know you're jealous of a guy who's in great shape like Johnny Nitro, but I'm telling you right now, I think this guy's on the up and up.
I've got to say, for someone who's gone through everything this man has gone through in the past few weeks, he looks to be no worse for wear.
Of course he does, Lady Lips. This is SmackDown. You don't get to challenge for the World Heavyweight title by being some kind of panty waste.
The World Heavyweight Champion has been absolutely dominating here on SmackDown these past few weeks, and he's heading into his title defense at Survivor Series with a huge head of steam. I don't know if he can be stopped.
Yeah, but he's in the ring tonight with two men who are determined to make sure that he's not leaving with the title this Sunday. And like I said, I know you're jealous of Johnny Nitro, but I think he's going to make an impact tonight. I could feel it, I'm telling you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to sunny San Jose, California. You're not going to believe what we've got for you tonight.
No doubt, Cole, tonight's show's completely off the hook as we do it West Coast style.
You got that right. And so are these San Jose fans. They can't wait to see the SmackDown superstars in action, and neither can I. Here it is, Taz. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head, he'll get the heck out of there. He's going up, and what goes up must come down. Every time I see Johnny Nitro in action, I'm blown away. And let's think about it. He's still just a kid. He's got his whole career ahead of him.
Don't remind me, Taz. I have enough trouble putting up with this obnoxious ass every Friday night.
Oh, God. The ref's on Dream Street, Cole. Anything goes now.
Unfortunately, you're right, Taz. There's no one to enforce the rules until the ref arrives.
He can get the pin right here. Chris Benoit's a great technical wrestler, no doubt about it, I'm telling you. But after taking all the abuse he's taken in his career, I don't know if he's got what it takes to win here tonight.
He's looking for his finisher.
And there it is, Cole, the RKO. Man, that'll take your head right off.
Nice reversal. Wow, listen to that chant, Taz.
He's going for the cover, Cole.
And there's the reversal.
I can't deny that the legend killer Randy Orton had a pretty impressive career so far, Cole, but he better be careful that he don't burn out too quick.
I don't think there's much of a chance of that, Taz.
He smells blood in the water, Cole. He's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match. Johnny Nitro struts around here like he's God's gift to sports entertainment, and I don't mind telling you that it makes me sick.
Of course, it makes you sick, Cole. Every time you see Nitro, it reminds you of what you're not. Strong, talented, good-looking guy, funny, with a hot chick. You are a tool.
Not to mention obnoxious, arrogant, and completely epically bankrupt.
Bankrupt? What are you talking about, dummy? What are you talking about? Between his WWE career and his Hollywood connections, I'm sure Nitro takes home a pretty decent paycheck, unlike the penny.
Oh my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt. And he's going for it.
And he got it. RKO! Watching these superstars go at it reminds me, what? There's the cover. Can he do it? Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic.
He's 3 seconds away from a win. He's superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match. He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
And that means you got to either dig deep and find a way to break it, or you got to just flat out tap out.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not. Oh, man, here he comes.
RKO! RKO! You saw that one coming.
He's going for the submission.
And he might get it. He's got the hold locked in. Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off. You're not going to hit what a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here.
Won't surprise me one bit. The longer you stay in this, the more risk you have for serious injury. This guy might not have enough to kick out.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. The WWE fans ain't exactly known for keeping their opinions to themselves. You know, Cole, look at him go! Wow! What an RKO! I think Benoit might...
He's going for the pin. This could be it.
I don't know, Cole. I'm kind of unsure about Randy Orton. I mean, he's a pretty boy. Here's the pin.
Tempers are flaring here between the champion and the challenger.
You can say that again, and it's going to come to a head this Sunday. Whoa, wait a minute. What's Nitro doing?
Johnny Nitro's got the title belt.
Here it comes, Cole. I told you Nitro was going to make an impact.
Nitro hit Chris Benoit. Nitro hit the champion. I don't believe it.
I told you, Cole. I told you.
I can't believe it. Nitro actually was trying to help the contender all along. It was Chris Benoit he was trying to sabotage all this time.
Hey, champ. We sure showed Chris Benoit who's boss last Friday night on SmackDown, huh? If you do that at Survivor Series, you're the new World Heavyweight Champion. I wish I could be there to watch your back, but for some reason, Teddy Long says he's banning me from the arena. Anyway, give me a call back so we can discuss some strategy, okay? I've got a great plan that'll make the last few weeks look like child's play. Later. Hey, champ. We sure showed Chris... Hey, dude. It's Nitro again. I haven't heard back from you, so maybe you didn't get the last message or something. Listen, you've got to call me back so we can discuss your title match. I've put way too much time and energy into this thing for it to fall apart now. Plus, I've got 3 magazines fighting for the exclusive cover story about your championship. I'll have my cell phone on all day, except for my 5 o'clock teeth whitening treatment, of course. Hey, you know, you should really consider that. I know this guy who... Well, anyway, give me a call. We'll do lunch. Hey, champ. Hey, Mr. Big Shot. I don't know what your problem is, but I left you 2 messages and you didn't call me back. Maybe now that you put Chris Benoit in the crossface, you think you're too good to talk to... Hold on a sec. Oh, hey there, Chris. What's up, champ? Wait, hold on, Benoit. No, don't...
Too bad you couldn't see your little pal here tap out just now. But I'll be seeing you tap tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally arrived at Survivor Series, and Taz, the Survivor Series match itself is always a highlight. But this next matchup is one I've really been looking forward to. Chris Benoit's World Heavyweight title is on the line right here in the SmackDown main event. And did I mention, this is an ultimate submission match.
Not for nothing. What rock have you been living under for the past few weeks? Anyway, I can't say I like this guy's odds against Benoit without Nitro here to help him out.
We have to admit that most of Nitro's help seemed to backfire on him, partner. If you ask me, I think he's better off without it. Of all the World Heavyweight Champions I've ever seen, I can't think of one who can match Chris Benoit's intensity night in and night out.
Not for nothing. Benoit's an intense dude, Cole. No doubt about it. And this ultimate submission match really favors the champion's style.
We've seen both competitors fall victim to the crippler crossface in the last few weeks. Will we see it happen again tonight? And if so, whom will it be?
You're putting a lot on the line when you climb that turnbuckle.
He saw that one coming. His opponent telegraphed that one.
And there's the submission. There might not be any way out of it.
There better be, but we're going to see a tap out right here. It looks like they've slowed the match down a little. I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is. I'm sure they're well acquainted with the old expression.
He's got his opponent locked in the submission, JR. This could be it.
It could indeed. He might force his opponent to tap out right here. Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing. Objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking up whoever they're cheering for.
I've never been a kiss-up in my life, which is more than I can say for some people.
Oh, my gosh, JR. He's going for it.
The RKO! The RKO! This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR, and I love to hear it. Find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right.
I think they're going to try to gut it out, JR, but guts will only get you so far. Sometimes it's just not physically possible to keep going.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You got to keep moving.
I think fatigue is set in here, King. I don't think this is going to last too much longer.
This is exactly why Raw is the #1 brand in all of sports entertainment.
You're absolutely right, King. We've got the best superstars, the best fans,
and the best...
And there he goes! The submission is locked in!
Oh my gosh! He might make his opponent tap right here! I think this one's almost over, JR. I don't even know how these superstars are still...
This is a risky move. It could prove to be disastrous.
You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of competing. The submission is locked in. This could be huge.
Oh my gosh, JR! You can't go long without tapping out to this. I
It appears he's looking to put his opponent away here.
Oh, man! The pedigree's the way to do it, that's for sure. I think I know.
The submission has been expertly applied, and now it's just a matter of time.
That's right, JR. You've either got to break the hold or get broken by it. JR, gosh, tell me more about your in-ring experience.
Well, I've got a pinfall victory over Triple H to my credit. How about you? He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here.
So, King, he's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We could see a tap out right here, JR.
The spirit may be willing, but the flesh is weak. I don't think any human being could keep this up for long in that condition. If one of these superstars starts to build momentum, it could be the beginning of the end of this match.
That's right, JR. You don't see a lot of matches won with one or two big moves.
You sure don't. You've got to lay the groundwork first.
I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hold. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can't, JR. And I don't think we'd have it any other way. You think this is going to be a back-and-forth kind of match? Or do you think this is going to be pretty one-sided, JR?
I can tell you, King, these superstars are so unpredictable that you can never tell how a match is going to go.
That was a long way to go for a simple, I don't know, JR. Wow, there's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one. These superstars are in rough shape. Fatigue has set in.
A camel, the Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few SmackDown superstars who I'd love to have on Raw.
Oh, come on, JR. Why would you want to lower the tone of the Raw locker room by bringing in some losers from SmackDown?
King, next time you call The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit losers, make sure you give me some warning so I can get the hell out of here before you do it. I don't want to be any part of what that's going to get you.
Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
They sure have, and this is one hell of an exam.
Let's hope it's not their final exam, JR. I'd love to see them go at it again.
Well, if I think the fans have their way, you'll get your wish, King. This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on SmackDown.
Not on SmackDown or anywhere else. There's nothing else out there that can come close to the excitement of seeing the Raw superstars perform live. I think this crowd has decided.
I know these superstars want to keep going, but I don't know if they're going to be able to. I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And without them, we'd all be out of a job.
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the divas.
Look at these superstars, JR. They're completely exhausted. This can't go on much longer. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slobber knocker. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out of here on a stretcher.
You know, JR, when I saw this match on paper, I wasn't too sure about it. But it's turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
I'm not at all surprised, King.
I gotta say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight. This has been one heck of a match, JR, but I think the end is in sight. These superstars are running on fumes. Rope break.
I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, King. And it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting. What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say that this match has exceeded them all.
I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again. I'd be surprised if this didn't end soon, JR. I don't think there's enough left in the tank. Let me tell you, JR, you won't see action like this anywhere except on Raw.
That's for sure, King. There's not another brand of sports entertainment out there that can compare with Raw.
Now, if only we could... No WWE superstar ever wants to admit they've got their limits. But when you've been getting hammered like a railroad spike all match, you don't have much of a choice.
He did it. He did it. He beat the champion Chris Benoit in his own game. I never would have thought it after what we've witnessed the past few weeks, but we have a new World Heavyweight Champion here at Survivor Series.
And let's give credit where credit is due. Don't forget, the champ's got Johnny Nitro to thank.
If anything, he should probably thank our GM Teddy Long for banning Nitro from ringside tonight. Our new champion proved he was at his best when he left to his own devices. What a night for him.